Look who's here. Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé together in our studio. Welcome, guys.
Michael Bublé! Sorry.
Jason, go ahead, do it. You got to upstage him.
No. I love that's the first time I see you get shy, man.
No, I'm not shy. I don't want to sing my name.
Michael doesn't mind. Michael, you can sing his name.
I will. Yeah. Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé. It's funny. Listen, it's my fault. Jason is sitting here sober as I'm mixing up a 4-pound jug of spicy margaritas.
No, I'm on my way.
Yeah, he's doing it. I brought these glasses from home. And they're big, heavy bowling balls.
These are beautiful.
Aren't they pretty?
And you know what?
Yeah.
I actually made myself a good drink.
Oh, that's good.
And the glasses are beautiful.
Aren't they great?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll take some. You can take it home.
How are you doing?
We're doing great.
You
We're
are?
loving being here every morning. I haven't seen Jason since the Seacrest days,
Oh,
so
my
I'm
goodness.
loving being reunited with you.
Oh, yes, same.
We were just at Michael's concert at Crypto, and Michael split his pants and had to have a
my
live
goodness.
change. So
I hate when that happens.
you did it so gracefully.
I did it
too.
gracefully, and you know,
And you
I
didn't
had
stop
learned
singing.
from previous mistakes not to wear the colorful underwear that I used to wear. Because I used to love like having like bright yellows and pinks and stuff. Yeah. But then a few times, like at MSG or other places, and then no.
Yeah.
No
So look, it's a trick of the trade.
Yeah.
And
Ellen,
Jason,
well,
Yeah.
really quick, Ellen, while you were talking to Michael about that prior to rolling, Jason, I overheard him say, "I hate when that happens to me, and I'm not wearing underwear."
Yeah, that's those moments. Yeah. Too often. I had to start wearing underwear because of that, man. That's crazy.
oh, okay, yeah, pour a little there, Jason. I asked both of them before that. I said, "Do you guys drink in the morning?" Michael said yes first.
Yeah, listen to me. Look at me. Oh God.
And Jason, you've made us wait a long time for this album, and thank you.
Yes. Oh, nah. You know what? It's been 5 years since I put out an album, and for a good reason, though. I was going through a lot of different things with the label that I was at, and a lot of people don't put music out when they're going through things with their label, right? They're like on strike and. But I'm a lover of music, so I still put out songs, over the years. But I never put out a full length project,
Yeah.
right? But this moment means a lot to me in so many different ways because I'm at a label that I love now, for the record. I have an amazing team, really excited to be doing this project with them. Because they understand me, I understand them, and
Atlantic is a great label.
yeah, it really is. Yeah. It really is. And for me, it's a celebration moment too, and I made this album with a very different perspective. It was not about numbers. It was not about trying to create something that I thought was going to do well. It was a very selfish, creative moment for me. And a lot of the records are really cinematic and pulverizing, in a lot of different ways. And I wanted to make the music that I wanted to make for myself. So yeah, I really hope people enjoy it. It comes out February 16th.
Yes. And then how did the two of you hook up for Spicy Margarita? We love Spicy Margarita. When your label sent it to us, I put it on. I was folding laundry. And I started it like 3 times. I emailed them back. I'm like, oh, I can't stop listening to this song. It's so addictive.
good.
It played over and over at both
Over
of our
and
houses
over.
yesterday.
Oh,
That's amazing.
It's the
incredible.
kind of song, and go back to Ellen's question about how you guys met, but it is the kind of song that you can hear coming out of restaurants and bars. Like when the weather warms up and you're driving either in LA or Miami, or it's just dude, it's got the, you
sure.
nailed
That's
it, both
funny,
of you.
dude. I called him up and I was like, dude, spring. I remember
Yes.
saying it to you. I was like, spring break. I remember saying exactly this. I said, spring break from the beaches of Miami
Boom.
to the shores of Dubai. I said they will be
Oh my God.
grooving.
Global.
I'm sorry. Wow, that spicy margarita that I just made is unbelievable.
Good, right? Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Did you put the house?
I'm sorry. Bro, what?
And I know that's real too because I can see your face.
No, because you were talking about the song.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help myself. I had to. Damn.
What a
That's
perfect
unbelievable.
moment. That was really good timing, Michael. You always
Sorry.
have good timing. Oh, who wrote the song?
We wrote it together.
Okay.
I sent Mike a skeleton, from the idea that I kind of came up with. So it happened like this. So
No, he came up with it. This is his brainchild. This is his baby.
I kind of, Mike, because you gave me the idea to smash the worlds.
Yeah.
So I called Mike about doing a Christmas song, and he told me no.
Oh. What a friend you are.
But he was like, why don't we do something else? You know, he's like, I'm surprised that more people aren't calling me about doing things that would fit on today's radio. You know, because I feel like the worlds would blend so well. You know, something like that, right? You said,
Yeah, I mean, listen, the stuff that I love, the stuff that I'm really known for is you know, is the Great American Songbook, is being today's, you know, Frank or Dean or whatever you want to call it. And that stuff for you guys was pop music. Now you call it jazz, but those roots, all of those roots of those great songs, their beats were just as fat as any beat you have today.
Truly.
Their melodies are so strong lyrically. They're the same stuff that we talk about as human beings now that we feel. And I was like, Jason, you're a smart dude. Like, and I meant it. I was like, you're a smart man. Surely you can understand that even though stylistically people might see us in very different worlds, what we do can work so well together if someone is smart enough to find a vehicle for it. Well, 2 days later, he called me and he was like, listen, I've written a song around this you know, spicy margarita, the sway melody, and that's truly the genius of the song. Listen, I love sway. It's a great song, but you know, I've done sway. It's one of my biggest streaming songs. It was the song he wrote around the song. Really, it was. Like, that to me is easily my favorite part of the song. He's a great writer. He's written something that's just, it's really impossible not to repeat and love and play on repeat. And even then, he was even sort of tough with me, where the first time I recorded the song, he called me and he said, I love it, but it's not right. He said, I don't want you in my world. Michael Bublé is in Michael Bublé's world.
Right, like,
and
keep it
so I
separated.
went right back to the drawing board. I went with my my co-writer, Nick. His name is Nicholas Jacobs Larson, and we wrote an arrangement where we went and got this orchestration, hired a huge symphony, and that opening is this brand new thing, and that was his idea to sort of take it there. And once that came together and those two worlds collided, it felt like it just felt perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. I mean, the beginning, it just begins so epically, right? It's like, it's how you want to hear Michael Bublé. It's like the orchestra, like, forget the tempo, Mike.
That's what he kept saying to me. He kept saying, no. You know, it can just start as slowly as you need it to start. And I was like, are you sure? Because it gets, it gets into that groove. And he's like, no.
It's like, we'll figure out how to make it work.
And it was fun, man. Like, we really did. We went back and forth. Even not to get too into but even me, you're my spice, like, into your coming in was this incredible, weird amalgamation between two worlds where me and our orchestrators and our symphony, our orchestra, had this buildup which leaves this really acoustic, old school, really, it was an old school recording, Mike's hanging on the thing, to all of a sudden coming inside the box of a computer and being like this, I don't know, samples and beats and everything that somehow fades. You even did it with sound. Like, I noticed that the first time I got the demo is that literally the sound changes. We sound like we're in 1960.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then,
But and it's a gradual thing. So
Yes.
it starts. So like when I play for people that don't know it features you, they think it's a sample when they say, "Oh, it's like, oh, this is a sample."
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, just wait. And then so it goes from sounding like a sample gradually, and until to the final line. Then it's like in HD all of a
Clean.
sudden.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what's about to happen? And then that beat drop.
and with it's called an interpolation, right? We see it, we hear it in music a lot, right? With the old songs or samples that are done. The cool part about this interpolation too is that, and I don't want to get too far into this, but this is a really beloved song. Like this is a classic. And it wasn't easy for us, even in legalities, to get to a point where publishing and everything. So I think they thought a lot of us, and when I say the people that own the song, allowing us to actually create an interpolation where we write a different song around that song. And I think that
And you're both so highly respected, so they respected your creation.
yeah, it was really honestly that meant a lot to me.
Thankfully, yeah.
It's a great song, has such a rich history, some of the greatest singers of all time, and I love that we could expound upon it. And I think too, me being such a lover of the Great American Songbook and having such deep reverence, I love that this is one more step in having a guy like Jason Derulo reintroducing it to a group of fans that might not have listened to it in the first place. And like I have a massive following on TikTok of 3 million people, I think. What do you got, Jason? How many you got?
Oh my God.
Oh, this doesn't. Nah, this doesn't.
Like 70 million, maybe.
He doesn't like to
It's
brag.
really close. You know what, man? This is part of my dream. My whole life, Ellen, was to keep this book alive.
Yeah.
And this is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
Beautiful.
Lyrically, Jason, the subject matter. Could she really not even wait for the room?
And when did that last happen to you?
It's a true story, man.
Is it?
In Cabo?
Not in Cabo. Cabo just rhymed with a lot of awesome things.
Yeah, Ferragamo, for one.
Okay, so we're not in Cabo. Where are we when this girl can't wait to get to the room? And
Los
what's her real
Angeles.
name?
Los Angeles doesn't have the same ring.
No.
No, is this a common thing for you? Like
A common thing.
that someone can't wait to get to the room. I mean, that's a very spicy relationship. This is a hot thing.
It is a hot thing, but yes, it is a true story, and yes, yeah, it happened in the bathroom of a
bathroom.
restaurant.
Did it repeat itself again?
No.
Okay.
And
Sometimes
I don't
things
know.
are left best-
I don't know the full story, but I have been told the bathroom was completely clean.
Yeah, it was not bad. It wasn't bad.
Oh, that's too
How
funny.
many spicy margaritas can you have in one night?
Oh, the problem with sugar is you can't really taste the alcohol.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Yeah, I could take a bunch of these down for sure.
This is
This one particular one, I could easily have like 12.
Michael's thinking of the other.
12
well,
of
it goes
these.
down. It's like a velvet hammer, right? It goes down smooth and then hits you like a hammer. It's really-
You know what we need to do? We need to have our guests drink more often.
Yeah, we do.
You know what's great too about this song, you guys, is I know it's kind of new for us, but the one of my favorite parts of the song is the end of the song, the very end.
Oh, yes.
No,
Boom,
I was
boom.
like,
Is it
about it.
hot enough? Boom, boom, boom. Yes, hot enough.
who's
Boom,
that
boom.
girl?
That is a great question.
Yes, thank you.
That is a
who's the
great
girl?
question because me and my boys, we were like every time we hear it, we go like, God, man, that is the sexiest. Like that is the sexiest. As a matter of fact, when we had a whole discussion about radio in certain countries, where they were like, we don't know if we're going to allow that. I was like, what do you mean? They were like, well, it's too suggestive. I was like, it's not at all. It's, you know what I mean? It just gets hot.
It's
again.
not suggestive. It's
Yeah.
like right on the nose.
Yeah. And
If you're Jason
and
Derulo.
so I was talking to this girl that works with Jason, this woman who is really like this wonderful. It's kind of a day-to-day kind of thing.
Yeah, she's my day-to-day A&R.
And
Okay.
I was like, and she called me and I said, listen, I want to talk about this radio edit that they're sending me. Because I said, it's not right for me. And she said, oh okay, what can we do to make it right? I said, well, listen, you need to put that end back in. She said, oh, I know we're having issues, you know. And I said, no, you can't have issues. I said, listen, we're not going to ask for permission. You got to put it in. She said, okay. I said, listen, it is so hot. It is so sexy. I said that my manager is losing his mind. Like it's like he waits for that in the song. And then she got really quiet. And I was like, what's up? I said, is it too hard? And she said, no, that's my voice. And I was like, what? And she goes, it's my voice. And I said, she goes, and Jason asked me, we were in the studio, he was like, can you just come and, but you tell her because you were there.
Yeah. So we were in the cigar room at my house. And
You have a cigar room?
Yeah, that's where
great.
we were creating the song in the cigar room, right? And we just had a mic set up in the middle of a room. It's like carpet everywhere, all around. It's like a really cozy room, right? And she's the only woman in the room. And I was like, Roxy, you mind just like coming to say this line.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't worry, we'll probably have somebody else do it after, just so that she could be comfortable. And then she came on, and I was like, oh my goodness,
Dude.
you sound like a star.
She's amazing.
And you know what's funny, Al? I said, she goes, that was me. I said, listen, can you call me every single morning at 8:30 and just give me a good morning, Mr. Bublé. It's time to wake up.
You could make her your ringtone.
Oh, it's so good.
And then, the surprise ending. It's just like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
And then you just want to hear it again.
For sure.
I can't remember, you guys, and no disrespect to any artists who have come through. I can't remember the last time, and I've been doing this a long time, where I just wanted to hear it again and again and again and again and again. I mean, Michael, probably with you.
Oh, I love you.
But
you know what?
I
No
mean?
joke. I'm going to be vulnerable here and tell
Yeah.
you. I'm 48 years old. I have had the most
Whoa!
wonderful career.
My God.
I have an incredible career. I tour all over the world, and I write great songs. But this is one of those things. It made me emotional the first time I heard it because I knew.
Yeah.
I knew there was I told my wife, I was like, babe, I think I get to have one of those wonderful moments here where, I'm with a guy that I really like and respect, and we did something that it's like instant. It's instant.
Yeah.
And
I think it's just gonna be a lot of fun, I think there's particular moments within your life that you'll always remember, and I feel like I've had a bunch of those, and I was too young to know what was happening at the time.
Okay.
And I'm not 48.
God.
I'm not by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh my
I'm
God.
nowhere near 48. Way younger.
Oh my God.
But I've lived long enough to know things,
Right.
I'm not as wise as Mr. Bublé because he's lived a much longer life than I have. But
I'm going to teach my son so many things.
but I'm old enough to understand when an incredible moment is happening, and you can enjoy things differently when you reach to a certain point in your life.
And and appreciate them
You
so
know,
much.
I'm just waiting for the next thing.
No, I wasn't gonna make another joke, but I really can imagine how it must feel for you because you've lived so much more.
Listen. Here's how it be, and Alan, you guys know
Yes,
it.
yeah.
You sit in the studio every day, and you have watched over the last many years
Yes.
stars come and go.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's hard to get here. It is really hard to get here. But if you think getting here is hard, then staying is like. And
Truth.
when you can start to build a brand and you earn the trust of an audience and you're allowed to sort of take things in a different direction and Michael Bublé is allowed to go and work with Derulo and Derulo is allowed to work with Bublé and that's the featured single on the record. That is such a I'm really not just proud of myself. I'm proud of the people, my company, the people that believed in me, my family. It's like it's a really cool thing to be able to know that you're allowed to do that.
That's emotional for me too because I've watched you both from the time we began. God, I think it's like 90, Rick Dees, and then Michael Bublé, Jason Derulo. You guys starting out, so it's amazing to watch. The growth and their journey.
Since when I was little too, my parents, they were at this little music shop in Michigan and this little independent store, and they were playing one of your records, and they were like, "Who is this guy?" And they bought it, and they went to see you sing at some like little jazz club or something.
Oh,
and
probably, yeah.
My whole life,
Probably the
really,
Blues or
like my
something.
young life, and I'm not because you are old. I'm kidding, but my whole life we just listened to Bublé, and so to see you here now doing this is just awesome, man.
so
Like
cool.
Ellen said,
Super cool.
it really is for both of you guys. It's really neat.
Same for me. I was talking about this earlier. Michael was somebody that I really looked up to, and for a time in my life, I thought that I was gonna do jazz music.
Really?
And I love the standards. I even love classical music. So I went through a lot of different phases in my life, but Michael was very instrumental in my musical history.
I can't wait, you guys. This is gonna be fun. Like for me too. Now being invested in this, like I love this song, but I want to hear the other songs. Like I can't wait to hear what the next single. I can't wait to watch what happens for Jay, because now
Thank you,
is the exciting part.
Yeah.
It's awesome to create it. But now this dude's gonna go out on tour, and he's gonna go and bring it to the people.
Yeah.
And that's when you see stuff start to really roll and grow. And
For
I
sure.
love that I get to sort of sit back and be completely lazy and just watch him go and do it.
You have a lot of great collabs too. David Guetta and Nicki Minaj and Adam Levine. Will Michael, you two, will you show up? At
Oh,
some
absolutely.
dates?
We're already. It's
You
funny. I
already
talked
planned
this
it?
morning with my manager, and I
Oh,
was like,
good.
"Listen, we got to find." I talked to the head of the company and you know, all over the rest of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "We just need to find the right events. You know, they can't. You don't
Yeah.
just do it. You show up and you make sure that it's an event. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And then you just find out creatively, how do you put these two dudes? It work. We know it works when we put it down on a record. Now, how does it work visually? How does it work creatively? If we're going to show up on SNL, if we're going to show up, you know, on a morning show,
Yeah.
how does it work so that it's right? And I don't even know if we're going to do that in-house. I don't know. Sometimes I hire like production companies and stuff to help come up with concepts.
Yeah,
The
of
same way
course.
with the music video when you say, hey, give us some treatments.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of fun. Listen, starting with a song like this is a great start.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great start.
Yep.
How exciting! And then you're starting off in Sweden.
Yeah.
Is that where you're starting to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I start off
awesome.
in Sweden and hit the ground running. It's been 5 years since I toured as well.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So
I do a ton of spot dates all the time,
Yeah.
but a tour is very different,
Uh-huh.
you know. And I just couldn't be more excited. I feel like we've created one of the best shows in the world.
That's amazing,
I
man.
really feel that way, and I have an incredible team. I have some of the best dancers you've ever seen.
Oh,
Some of the
nice.
best musicians you've ever seen. It's just a real spectacle.
Listen, I love the business of it. You know, I'm an
Yeah.
entrepreneur as much as I'm a musician. And watching, like, it's fun for me to watch Jason. Like, you say you're like, oh, I haven't done this for 5 years. But in that 5 years, he literally built one of the greatest followings on social media the world has seen.
Yes.
It truly is.
Yeah.
And I remember, because I liked him, and I would see people talk about him. They'd trash you, man. They'd say, oh, this TikTok, like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
They would. They would
Yep,
say, like,
yep,
what's
yep.
he doing? What a joke doing this, da, da, da. And it's like, well, guess what? Guess who got the last laugh?
Yeah.
And now, you know, he gets to translate all of those people that trust him, and that rebranding. And now he gets to go and do what he loves. It's very cool.
Yeah.
What a fun time, and how fun for both of you.
I would like to be
Yeah.
your manager. I would like 15% of everything that's about to come in.
I'm hiring.
Was it tough coming up with the title of the record, Jason? New King.
It was. I went through a few names, and New King really stuck. My son's name is Jason King, and you know it really felt fitting for the next phase. You know, I tell people all the time, 2023 was all about, you know, being in that cocoon. You know, it's like my caterpillar stage. You know, and 2024 is when I let it all come out. You know.
Can I ask you, is it a double entendre? Is it like the new king and nuking, like nuclear, nuking?
Oh.
nuking
No, and you know what? I used
Sorry,
to.
I was just.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I used to have it as without the space. And actually, Noah, who runs my socials, he put the hashtag in, and the hashtag had so many people talking about it, and I was like, that's so weird. And then we looked, and it was talking about nuking, like nuking, like
Yeah,
bombs.
nuking bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh no, that's not what we want. We gotta put a space.
I still like it though.
Oh, you guys. Are
I
the
mean,
best.
hey man, we could be on the brink.
Well, we love the song. We
you.
love this pairing. We love that you both came by in studio. So good to see you, Michael,
you too.
and Jason.
Yeah, it's so
Reconnect.
good to see you. Absolutely.
And you know what? Anyway, your support is awesome, and the fact that I know it's coming from a genuine place, that's a special thing. Because I know you have people come in here, and it's your job to help them sell, to introduce them and sell their wares, and I get the feeling that you like this one, and that's really cool.
Well, and we like you both, and there's a connection there. So
Absolutely.
you make it easy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys.
You.
We really appreciate this. Thank you guys.
Are you hammered?